mad, right? Because I've been confronting Scott and Dave about everything. And so they have this guy like sitting out here like revving up his engine because it upsets the napalm or whatever it is. Where is it? Oh no, it's this guy over here. He's like doing something crazy with the patio. Oh no, it's them. Sorry, it's the next door neighbor. Yeah, it's him. Anyways, he's been sitting out there like revving up his engine like really super fast. And do you see how he has like a temporary tag? Because they don't want me taking the tag number. Because these are all bounty hunting squad cars, right? Like let me tell you, let me show you. I'll show you the text that I've been doing with back and forth regarding how many times people have tried to kill me and keeping me out of the Boulder house and like all this stuff. Okay, so I'm texting him right now. This is Dave, one of the guys that threatened to kill me. And hold on, he just... Okay, so look at this. Okay, I love choppers. Like they're threatening to like chop off my arms. Okay, let me... Okay, so I'll show you how it went. All right. Okay, so Dave is one of the people, like in the beginning, I'll show you the thing, right? Do you know anyone that wants to house sit as a companion in apartments? Thanks, David. And I said, I do, me. I'm in Fort Collins by Colorado State University. Okay, thanks. I'll get off at 6, and then I'm not going to show you his address, but I have it. Anyways, he shows me this picture. This picture is not of him because I met him. This picture is of the guy that I have the video of. This is Edgar, okay? So you know those videos where I'm cooking and Edgar like pops up in the back? This guy in Colorado sends me a picture of the guy that I have the video of me living in his house in South Carolina, okay? And he goes, me and an old friend. And I said... LOL, you look like a friend of mine. I mean, you could be his brother because that was Edgar, but I didn't put it together because this happened like 2 weeks ago. Anyways, okay, so I don't want to show you his stuff. Anyways, okay, so he's like talking to me and now I can like run a flea market with him. Fort Collins, blah, blah, blah. Do I like fried shrimp? Okay, they always ask me if I want to eat seafood because of the mercury. You know what I mean? That means that he's like mercury waiting for me somewhere in there and he's going to put it in my food. Like, you got to learn how to speak like CIA code, right? And I just tell everyone that I'm allergic to seafood because I know about the mercury thing. Okay, so this is the Boulder, and then he gives me his truck. Thanks, how much stuff do you have? I mean, he wanted to take me that night, okay? And I wouldn't allow it. Okay. So this is that. Are you dead? And then the first thing he says to me, almost dead, out front in white truck, okay? And the other guy in South Carolina, he said to me, Richard said to me, oh, actually, hold on. Okay. So, hold on. Richard said to me, now they're letting you live so you can suffer more. Don't you remember the white coats? Okay, so they're talking about white trucks and white coats. I'll talk to you next Friday. And actually, an attack did happen to me that Friday, okay? This is Prince Resort that I sent to him, and that's Richard's number and everything else. Okay, so Prince Resort is where he works, and I reported Richard, okay, for doing that. All right? So now he's threatening me with, I have to go to the food bank. That's... odd. You sent me a pic of all of your food. If you fire me from my DC campaign job, that just gives me more time to picket at the Capitol and hang out at the Federal Unemployment Center. Okay? I put Dave in quotes because I don't even think that's his name. Okay? Seriously. All right. So anyway, so we'll pick it up. So let's see. All right. So I showed you, and then I showed you the picture that he sent me that he looks just like Edgar, but from like 20 years ago. You know what I mean? All right. So anyway, so I let it go, right, until they kept me out of every place in Boulder. Okay. They kept me out of every place in Boulder. I mean, they made the stupidest excuses. I have like multiple witnesses. One guy was freaking out so hard because they had to put napalm on his hands, and he was just a civilian. And I knew what he was doing because he was waving all his hands in my face like this and acting like a crazy guy. And I looked at him and I gave him this look like, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't say anything, and I went outside, and he had a panic attack. Like, his name was Greg, and he had to go and like sit down like in his bedroom. You know what I mean? He's like, I can't talk right now. I was like, and then at the end, of course, he says to me, oh, but I'm interviewing one more person. That's what the CIA told everybody to say. I'm interviewing one more person. That's how they kept me out and blackballed me in Boulder. And they told me they had the Publix, or the grocery clerk guy at Publix, tell me in South Carolina that I was going to be homeless in Colorado. That's exactly what he said to me. Okay, that if I left South Carolina, that I would be homeless. All right, so that's why I'm picketing on the Capitol steps, like from here on out. Like, whenever anybody does anything, I'm collecting signatures and everything else. So be sure to sign my petition for a corruption probe into DC and into the CIA and the FBI and into multiple agencies in Florida, in Ohio, and South Carolina. I mean, this is covering a kidnapping ring, like the one that they took my daughter out of. Ohio is the one that is orchestrating everything. Okay, because that's where I went after Las Vegas. Do you know what I mean? And Las Vegas really didn't want to have anything to do with it. They just wanted me gone. So Ohio is the one that has been coming after me for the past like 4 years and organizing everything with the different states that I go into, organizing it up to their governor. Absolutely. It's Mike DeWine that's been organizing everything in Ohio. So the fact that the cops are doing this here and that they're like in on it, and the feds, the FBI's in it, I know that Jared Polis is in on this shit. Okay. So anyways. Okay. Okay, I have 2 big boxes and plenty of room. Okay. FedEx Boulder. That's a good fit in my truck. Okay. Do you see, like, he's like ready to like take me like that night. Never even met the guy. That's weird, right? Okay. Okay. And then the next thing, and then I call him, right? Because here's what happened. He came in and he threw some stuff on me. He drove me home, right? Okay. Now, when I had accepted his offer, he talked to the government the next day. He talked to the Feds, CIA, whatever, the hunting squads. And they told him what they wanted him to do to me, okay? And he freaked out, all right? He's like, I'm not having all that weird crap in my house. I'm not doing fiberglass. I'm not trying to kill her. You know what I mean? He's like, no. I'm not doing any of this. And I'm not having fiberglass all over my bathroom, and I'm not doing napalm in the rooms. You know what I mean? Because he used to be in the war, so he knows that, like, you can't get that stuff out of the furniture, right? I mean, they had to, here at this place, they had to paint my table, my picnic table. They painted it while I was here. Yeah, you know why? Because all of my clothes were on there. See, that's the sticker from We Have, like, don't touch it, it's wet paint. So anyways, and they always have people outside. Always stalking me. And I mean, I'm up in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, trying to get away from these assholes. And they're like keeping me out of all sorts of places, telling me that the place to go is the homeless camp on Colfax and Broadway. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like saying like weird stuff like that while I'm out, you know, like having like agents pose as like people that are coming up to sign my document and like give like different threats and all that stuff, like all the time. Okay, so then after they told him what they wanted him to do, he was like wanting nothing of it, right? So he used like a weird excuse and just got really, really nasty with me. Okay, thanks for saying hello. Fuck Boulder. Goodbye and good luck. Cons and drug addicts on. Wow. Okay, because he was so out of the blue. You know what I mean? I was like, geez. I said, I did say hello. I said, hi, Dave. How are you? What are you doing? And you said, fine, not much, just sitting here. I wasn't rude. And then I knew. You know what I mean? I said, Dave, who told you to call me? Maya with the number didn't say a word about needing a place. Okay, he called this number when I didn't have an ad up with this number. the 910 that it begins with, for a room. Okay, I had a write up about a driver, okay, but I didn't have anything about a room. And in the top of the text, he asked me, do you have a car? Which means he absolutely did not get this, my number from the driver thing, okay? Okay. I said, what Craigslist ad? The one about needing a ride to work? You should never have had my new number. This number was not published when you got in touch with me. You're not the same guy in the picture I met. I met you. That's not your photo, and you don't look like a Dave to me. I think the cops hired you to move me in and torture me, just like they've been doing for the past 4 years. And then he says to me that he doesn't know who I am, okay? Then he denies my existence, okay? I said, you know exactly who I am. I'm filing a corruption investigation, and your name, number, and address are going on the subpoena. I've had it with this. Yeah, and how did you get the picture of Edgar Lemoine and use it for your own? Because by that time, you know, this is like a week later that he acts like he doesn't know me. You know what I mean? So I got rejected out of every place in Boulder, so I decided to go to Denver and make this like a political activism issue. Because it's been going on for 4 years, it's ridiculous. I've been waking up with my face disgusting, my nose exploded. I mean, they're trying to tear my nose off with chemical agents. You know what I mean? Every morning for 4 years, and they don't stop. And I went to the police. They said they were going to take me out in a body bag and everything else if I ever called them again. Look, I'm done, okay? You know, this is a government doing this. They do not follow their own rules. They are the biggest criminals in the whole world, and I am going to tear the roof off of everything, and I'm going to expose them for exactly what they are, because I've had it. Do you know how many places I've gone to? I've gone from the West Coast to the East Coast and back to the West Coast again, okay? And everywhere, they're always there. I'm in the top of the mountains. Here they are again. Okay, so anyways, how'd you get the picture of Edgar? So I have no idea what you're talking about. And so I sent him a picture of Edgar. I said, that's not you, that's Edgar. Yeah, I have evidence that the torture government squad went from having Scott as the main employee to having him hand off the job to Richard in South Carolina. The entire operation comes out of Ohio. Mike DeWine is the organizer. He must have called Polis, and I'm talking about Jared Polis, the governor of Colorado, and had it set up with a Boulder district attorney. I have to look up their name. I don't even know who the district... He had the cops keep me out of the housing and make me homeless in Boulder. They all said I could live there and then use the lame excuse to reject my housing request. Anyways, I hope you all enjoy the picketing signs at the state capitol steps. I was looking for someone. I must have 60 ads. And then I show him his text messages to me, like a screenshot, okay? All right. And a screenshot. Hey, Dave, it's Elizabeth. They're almost dead. Hey, okay, I sent him a picture of his, death threat, Okay? All right. So then I said, you know exactly who this is. You picked me up at the Hyatt. You did a veiled death threat while waiting for me in your truck while you took me up into the very high mountains of Boulder, which you never come to and you hate, and dropped me off at a log cabin. You didn't forget anything. This happened a week ago, and guess what? Surprise, I'm going political, blah, blah, blah. Hi, sorry, I was answering ads. I had 4 people. That's why I drove to Boulder. Oh, and then all of a sudden he remembers who I am, right? Oh, okay. Okay, sure. And so then I sent him this, right? About Richard. Okay. Because Richard told me he knew who Scott was, and Scott is in Florida, and Richard is in South Carolina, and there's no way that they should have met, which tells you it's the same group, you know what I mean? Ohio is the one that did Florida, did South Carolina, is now doing Colorado, you know what I mean? And they keep on just tabbing their agents, like talk to the agents from the previous state and get all caught up. Well, these guys are using each other's names, and they should have nothing to do. This is how bold they're getting, okay? This is how out in front and just like, what are you going to do about it, lady, and all this stuff. Well, you know what? A lot of people really distrust the government, especially in Colorado, okay? All right? And they don't like you, okay? And there's more of them than there are of the government. And you know what? If everybody dislikes you and everybody mistrusts you, you know what? You're going to change. So anyways, now they're letting you live so you can suffer more. Don't you remember the white coats? I'll talk to you next Friday. And next Friday was when I had the attack and got the hell out of... Yeah, you had the text about me being dead in the white truck, and Richard has text about me being kidnapped and tortured by the government in South Carolina. This group is headed by Mike DeWine, the governor of Ohio, and that's how he's getting all the governors to allow this hardcore attempts against my life, and daily abuse. I deleted all the Craigslist stuff, and then he's acting so nice, right? Okay, yeah, apparently the feds governor of Ohio like to be color coordinated with the white coats in South Carolina and the white trucks in Colorado. It's all crazy. I get away from this madness to the mountains. Camp high, campfire, cold beer. Try to have fun today. sorry, you know what I mean? Like, he's acting like all nice, right? Because the government's like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, try and calm her down, try and calm her down. Look, they already made me homeless here, okay? And they've been threatening everything, and I'm not going into Denver for the same routine, okay? And being kept out of homes, and like having my job threatened, and having everything torn up every 2 weeks. It's not gonna happen. Okay, I said, tell your Fed hired as bounty hunters that are telling you to be nice to me on the other line that I've been there, done that. And I hope they have a lot of money to drive the government, housing, and unemployment offices in Colorado, because that's where I'm going first. He goes, you have a nice personality. If you ever get into an emergency, okay, this is him talking code, okay? All right, he's like saying verbatim what the feds are telling him. So they're telling me I'm going to have an emergency. You're welcome to hang out. David. Fort Collins a lot of services for people that don't have in Boulder. My truck is messed up. I can't go anywhere around town, but no long trips. Okay, they're like threatening me if I leave, okay? Okay, nice attempt to avert the issue, and as a matter of fact, I do have DC for involvement, like big time. And I do have DC, trust me. Have fun today. I'll be having fun at the Department of Housing, and then I'll have fun making posters for Capitol Hill. Great. Okay, now there's this one poison that they've been using, especially here in Colorado, and it boils your hands. I think it's a derivative of napalm. Anyways, you touch something, okay, and it goes on your hands, and I mean, your whole body fries up. I mean, your skin fries, it turns into red. Anyways, I recognized that they were doing that, okay? They had the guy that came and picked me up in the lift. His hands were like all scaly, like a lobster claws, and so I knew that that was coming. And then they had the guy at my work come and put my tab on my wrist, because they like things to be around your wrist, so it's around your hands, so you're putting in front of your own face and blowing fumes in front of your own face. Well, anyways, when he came to my wrist and he put it on, his hands were so hot. Yeah, at my work, when I need my bracelet to go out and do my job that I'm doing, you know, in Boulder, Colorado. So anyways, yeah, so he was doing that, and so I already knew about the cooking stuff because I could tell. I mean, you know when your hands are getting fried and you've already been through that poison, right? So anyways, so now he's threatening me about the poison like I don't already know. You know what I mean? I've been wearing masks and gloves everywhere to touch everything since I realized they were doing to me at my work, and I realized they were doing it to me in my driver's cars, okay? And he goes, great, I had to find out how to cook a roast. I said, yeah, I'm wearing gloves so I don't touch the napalm. Thanks for warning me. Yeah, the feds and CIA love to do those veiled threats. It's their favorite. Like when they had the agent sitting next to me on my flight from Myrtle Beach from South Carolina to Denver, Colorado, and she's telling me not to forget my mascara and to wear a veil. Because mascara and veils and masks and all that stuff help to keep the poison off of your skin, because it gets embedded, okay? And it's like impossible to get out. It takes like days to get the stuff out. Sticks to your skin like super glue, okay? Okay, so after I said that, he starts bringing out war helicopters. Nice war helicopters. I love it. Any more threats you care to share? And now he's sending out total war scenes. I said, good for you. Anything else? He says, you said napalm. Napalm in the morning. It's like victory. I get a new phone the other day. Nice, not having battery, die. You see how die isn't a different thing? Yeah, he's telling me to die. And then he's telling me that he's in the government and that he's in the military, and that's par for the course, because every person that's been working with the government to do this torture thing has either been in the military, been in the mafia, been in the CIA, been in the FBI, or been a police officer, okay? That's everybody. Oh, nice system. Nice. Real nice. Okay. I said, nice death threat. Do you have any idea how many times these Fed Hun squads have tried to kill me? Well, have a nice day. I have to go to the food bank. Okay, now he's threatening me. Okay, they've kept me impoverished. Do you know what I mean? Like, I haven't been able to get jobs. They've ruined my jobs. They've had my managers at my jobs throw all this weird crap at me. They've paid them so much money to do it. I mean, you can't even believe that this has been going on. They had a cop in broad daylight in Boulder come in and give poison bags to the gas station attendant. He refused to give it to me. He was like, don't take it. You know what I mean? I'm like, just broad daylight they're doing this. Just full out threats right on the phone, okay? Good for them. You know what? I'm showing everybody. That's odd. You sent me... I said, well, nice day I have to go to the food bank. Okay, and he did. He sent me a picture of like all of his food that he has in his house. So I just want to make it clear that it's like a threat against me as far as money, okay? Because they always go for my money and they always go for my health. I said, that's odd. You sent me a pic of all your food. If you fire me for my DC campaign job, that just gives me more time to picket at the Capitol and hang out at the Federal Unemployment Center. Oh, there was canned goods food bank here as chicken, peaches, and grapes. Quite a place. That's them saying eat out of cans because all your food is poisoned. Okay? They poison everything. This is why I live with cameras and everything else. They can walk out front, okay? Put all this shit on all their clothes and everything inside of your room is contaminated. Okay? That's how they don't even have to come in to get your shit. Okay? You'd have to have it in like a lead container for it to be like not disturbed on the inside. I mean, this shit goes straight through walls. I mean, it's gas. It's like different poisonous gases that do different things. Get straight through into everything. Okay, so anyways, so that's what's going on. So stay tuned because the next ones are going to be Liz picketing at the Denver Capitol.